Our friend Rob Weber from Highlights from Lowlifes, Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific, here on the Mic'd Up app, has something to say. He was listening to the Michael Kay show today, which is interesting.
Not sure if you guys heard on the Michael Kay show today that the Yankees are looking to sign Munetaka Murakami from the Japanese League next year when he becomes eligible to sign with the major leagues. Apparently, Goldschmidt is just a 1 year stopgap.
Yeah, this guy is Hideki
Many.
Matsui. But it's a Japanese player coming to the United States. He's going to get to cherry pick where he wants to go. It's not a draft where they're going to get him, and it's a wild card that's out there. And as we've talked about, the Yankees don't seem to put the full court press on these guys by rolling out Hideki Matsui and Tanaka, or Hideki Arabu for that matter, or Kiyagawa, or roll those guys.
Hideki Arabu's dead. Probably not a good idea.
Well, that's the only way to get out there if they roll them out there. But what I'm saying is Yankees don't roll those guys out there. Plus, it's got to be a benefit having Ohtani alive and well and kicking. Not to mention the fact that the guy took the contract he took so that they could sign other players. An advantage with the Japanese players. It's interesting. I mean, there was that two-way player that signed today. That's a shortstop two-way player.
International signing?
Yeah, he's like 16 years old or 17 years old, something like that, though.
But the thing about this, again, you're right, and it bothers me. The Yankees don't seem to play hard. They play very well in the Latin American draft.
Absolutely,
they're very good down there. They really focus there. But what bothers me about them is they focus on these guys that are so young that they're 10 years away from being of a relevant sort. I like the thing about these players in
Japan.
In the East is that they're getting, these guys are ready. They may not be like major league quality yet, but they certainly are ready.
And they could be like Sasaki and Yamamoto last year, and the guy the Giants signed who got hurt right away. There's guys that are out there that are good coming over from Japan,
they're good.
Korea, who are good players.
They don't put the full core. You hit it on the note. They don't go all in on these guys. They seem to go all in on the other guys, and then this they kind of hold back on. And they're there, but I get annoyed. It's like, Cashman flew to Japan today, to see this guy. I mean, it almost feels like they've been burned. Like they do what they're supposed to do. They go on in. They make a good show of it, as always. And then, because they've got to explain to the fan base why they don't. But then they know they're not going to get the guys. And they feel, okay, well, we're all right. Maybe the Kiyagawa thing. You got to wonder. Did Kiyagawa just scare the living bejesus out of them?
Didn't Tanaka came after Kiyagawa.
But Tanaka was a can't miss. He was the best of the best. He was so good.
So was Sasaki, and
closer
that made his way over to the Padres as a stud closer. We'll see what happens.
They didn't go all in. Never felt like they went hard for Darvish. I always felt that Darvish would have been an interesting signing. They didn't really seem to go crazy.
They could have had Darvish at the same time that they had Tanaka, and really leveraged Tanaka. And
that's what I mean. That they didn't do that. Something's wrong there, and I don't know if it is. It's right because isn't Offerman one of Cashman's,
Gene
his
Offerman?
number two?
Gene Offerman?
Gene Offerman? Isn't she like his number two? And she's big in the Asian market. So that was her thing. And I'm wondering whatever happened, why we haven't done more there. But, hey, listen. Maybe the
Yankees are waiting for Tom Selleck to come back from Japan.
Gotcha.